Correctly. Hello, I'm FBX and this is Seed Sunday, a weekly series around on my channel where I show you Seed's Minecraft console edition, which I think you want to check out, or that are particularly interesting in some way. And this week's Seed definitely falls under that category in a very, very serious way, because it is a village, a seed, sorry, that I did not think was humanly possible, because it has 10 separate villages on a classic-sized world. That's right, a 360 or PS3-sized world can have 10 separate villages, and there is kind of one caveat on that, but we'll get into that as we go along. But yeah, today I'll be showing you around the Seed, some of the cool little parts of it, and I'm going to be proving that it does have 10 villages, because I'm always so skeptical when people say they have 10 villages. 99% of the time it doesn't, but in today's case I have one of the rare exceptions where that is true. So hopefully you do enjoy this video, like if you do, because it helps out the channel, and lets know you do like the Seed Sunday. But yeah, with that said, I'm quickly mention that this came in from Christian Larson on Twitter, really helpful subscriber. He sent it in the Seed, and as far as I can tell, he got it from Scrassy on YouTube, so big thank to Scrassy for finding this in the first place. Again, it's something I was so sure no one would ever find, but here I have it today, and the caveat on it, in case you're curious, by the way, the Seed's going to be on screen right now. Type that in, and you'll spawn somewhere just over here, near this giant, like, kind of mountain looking thing. The caveat on this Seed is it will not work on the Xbox One or the 360, as far as I can tell. It's a place on the Xbox One and 360, you get like 9 villages, and you get your temple, and you get a few other weird exclusives, like broken villages and stuff. But on the Xbox, on the PS4, you get all 10 villages. So this is a 9/10 village Seed. It's only 10 villages on the PlayStation console, which is a really bizarre caveat, but it's something I figure I should mention right now because one of the villages just doesn't appear on the console, on the Xbox, which is something I've never probably seen before. But yeah, let me just get straight into showing you the first village already, shall we? And to kind of mark that these aren't the same villages we're going to, I'm going to place like a gold block on 1, and then 2, and then 3, etc. to kind of help us keep count. So yeah, this is the first village you'll find. It's the closest one to spawn. It's about 100 blocks away or so, and again, it's kind of nice because it's on this gradient. It's got some weird, glitchy trees going into it, which, again, I mention this every time, but I love weird glitchy stuff in Minecraft, and this is one of those cool examples. But assuming you want something that's not just weird glitchy stuff, you might want to move on to the second village, which is a desert village found to the, I guess that's the west of this first one, and it's just over here. As you can see, it's got a blacksmith chest, it's got, I guess, this kind of weird thing there, and yeah, the blacksmith chest is the first thing you usually want to check out, because inside here, you're going to find yourself, a fair amount of loot, a pickaxe, 5 bits of iron, you're going to get some bread, just nice stuff in general. And the other cool thing about this village is because it generates in the desert, but then it flows into the, the plains biome, you get this weird village where it's on a plains, and it has dirt paths, but then it's still made out of, desert buildings. I think it's kind of interesting to look at, and you might do too. But in case you don't, good news, we've got like 7 more to go through. Did I place 2 blocks yet? I did. So 2 blocks on there, as you're going to see. We'll move on to the next one now, which again, they're actually a fair amount of distance apart between them. Some of them are fairly close together, like they kind of cluster, but the distance between all of them does make it so that if you wanted to, you could turn the whole world into villages, or something like that if you really wanted to. But in case that's not what you want to do, then you might want to just head to the third village right now, which is found just over here. So on the way to the third village, it's really easy to miss because it's very well hidden. There is actually a desert temple found just over here. So this is actually 10 villages and a desert temple, I should have clarified, but even better than that. As you can see, it's a little bit weird here, but boom, normal desert temple, decent access to loot. On the case of the PlayStation 4, let's be really cautious here. On the case of the PlayStation, you're going to get this stuff right here, a saddle, a gold. I always do these first time round. It does change from platform to platform, but it won't change from seed to seed, so you should be able to get an enchanted book every single time you're here, which is a pretty nice piece of loot. But anyway, it's really dark, I can't see anything. Let's head out there, and let's show you the rest of the seed, because the third village, like I just mentioned, is found over here. So it's another acacia village, and it's another, slightly glitched village in the way, stuff kind of generates, which is, again, something you might find interesting, like, ooh, look, there's acacia trees going over the plants. In case that's not your thing, then you can kind of mark it off your list and go for 3 villages, and don't worry, there's a bunch more coming, because this next village, the 4th village, is just to the west, and the thing I found massively fascinating about this village is on the Xbox. So again, even though there's certain glitches which only happen on Xbox and a village is just missing there, there's actually a floating cactus found in this desert well. So yeah, if you want to play this on Xbox anyway, then that's a one little exclusive you get. No idea how it got there. Weird little glitch, but still kind of cool. And also, as you're going to see right here, there is a village house, which is like, it's floating on top of like sort of stuff, or not really floating, but like it just kind of looks interesting and kind of cool. And I love to see the weird village stuff. And if you do too, then you're in for a treat. And this is the 4th village. So we'll place 4 gold blocks in a little square like a Tetris piece, and move on to the 5th one here. So the 5th, village actually has a blacksmith again. Again, everyone loves the blacksmiths. I know that's the case. So, this one's pretty great because you're going to find even more stuff. If I recall correctly, it wasn't the most amazing collection because, 2 iron helmets. I mean, I guess if you have a friend you want to give it to, or your one's running dry or something like that. But then you get more iron leggings, 3 bits of iron, which is kind of nice, and then some more food and 1 bit of gold too. So, yeah, pretty nice, like blacksmith loot. It's like not the highest end, but it's something you can look at, you can take and be like, oh, I guess I'm doing better now. And yeah, this is the 5th little village. village, so we'll do like 5, like another Tetris piece, although they're all meant to be 4 bits, but whatever. That's our 5th village found right over here, and it's also going across 2 biomes, so you get desert buildings on the plains again, which might be your favourite thing in the world. I don't know, I'm not going to judge you too much, but let's move to the 6th village. That's right, there is 10, this isn't some weird made up thing, because the 6th village found just over here, so let's place down, just so, again, there's no one else in my game, so there's no way these could be removed, just because this is absolute proof, because I'm so skeptical when people tell me they have 10 villages, and they always go over the same villages twice, and it's like, oh yeah, this seed has 12 villages, except I actually went over 3 of the villages, twice or 3 times, or something like that. It's just kind of like, that's a bit weird. Yeah, as you can see right here, we've got ourselves a pretty cool little, I didn't know that they generated with sandstone stairs in there, if it's in a desert, but apparently they do. Another thing though, is if you look around this place, it's just a fairly nice village, because it's nicely sized, it has beetroot in my case, and it's got a nice coastal view of, if you're on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, I guess Endless Sea, which might be your thing. I'm not going to judge or make any things like that, but after you've done with this place, you want to head across this giant desert. It's a fairly flat desert, by the way. This whole map is a fairly flat mixture of biomes, because unlike most seeds where it's just all desert and then all savanna, this one is a decent mix of savanna, desert, and then a little bit of plains mixed in there. And then if you go to the south, you actually find some other biomes mixed in, which you might have seen earlier, but I'll show you later if not. But yeah, let's move on to the 7th village, which is going to be, I guess, the one found just over here. I always like finding them all is actually kind of tricky at some point, because the desert villages don't mark themselves on the map. But yeah, the 7th village found just over here. We'll actually make a 7 out of this. So 3, 4, 5. And then like 6, 7. Oh wait, that's not how you do it. 7. So this is the 7th village, and as you can see, these gold block numbers are getting pretty ridiculous. But yeah, the 7th village is kind of nice because it generates with these 2 houses close together. You've got a cave, which is really nice if you want to explore for some coal and iron, and you also get yourself these 2, not quite circular, but you got like a circular and then like an almost heart shape. In fact, that's close enough to a heart shape. Like I didn't even realize, but like at first I saw this as like a kidney or a jelly bean, but if you turn it this way, it's pretty much a heart shape. So if you want to show your love for someone, but inside a Minecraft seed, this seed has got you covered next to the 7th village. But in case you just want to see all the villages, then good news, we've got an 8th village right here. So the 8th village, I don't know if we can make this with 8 blocks, but let's try anyway. The 8th village, so that's, what is that like? Oh, okay, 8th village or 0 village, should we just like, there we go, 8th village. It's like one of those dudes doing the rocking symbol. But yeah, the 8th village is pretty cool because it also has a blacksmith chest. It has the tiniest bits of bridges as well. So sword, another helmet, because helmets are just really useful in Minecraft, and then another bit of bread. But yeah, the cool thing about this is it's like a weird combination of like, oh yeah, well over here it's like next to a desert, over here it's next to the ocean, so you get a little bit of bridge there. I always find that kind of interesting when you get like 2 blocks of bridge, because it's just kind of free wood, and it just makes the village look a bit more, I don't know, unique and textured feeling. But yeah, let's move on to the 9th village, shall we already, which is found just over here, very, very close to the spawn. Again, there's another Xbox exclusive glitch here where half the village usually won't generate. It tends to vary like on a seed-by-seed basis, but when I generated this for the first time, these houses were like cut off in half, so something to do with the village generating algorithm is kind of broken by the seed on Xbox, but not on PlayStation, or maybe it's broken on both, and that's why there's so many. It's hard to say for certain, because again, this is the only seed I've ever seen like this, but yeah, this is the 9th village seed, so we'll go like... Oh, wait, I know how to do this. We'll make like a little round square like that, and that's number 9. I'm having a lot of fun with this, actually. But yeah, basically this is the 9th village. As you can see, kind of a nice place. And the best thing about this to me is the fact that it's the closest one to this giant ravine in the map. There's a ravine, or it's actually 2 ravines, but they basically connect together. So you get this giant like fault line going halfway across the map or something like that. It's pretty darn awesome, because if you like the idea of the the destroyed chunk I'm doing, where I'm destroying the chunk by chunk like an entire vertical slice of my world, if you want to do that but a lot easier and have the same kind of effect, you can realistically convert this ravine. Just keep mining down, remove these blocks right here, and you can make this giant fault line in your Minecraft console world, as well as having 10 villages. But speaking of 10 villages, you probably are just like, Toycat, just show us that last one. Is there really 10, or is it secretly 9 like all these other seeds? But no, on PlayStation at least, because one of those villages isn't there on Xbox, on PlayStation at least, this is the 10th village. As you can see, the well was found just over here. The well, by the way, is what determines a unique village. We haven't been here before, there's no gold or anything like that, and this is the 10th village, the 10th village, which means that we can mark it like that and maybe with a block like that. So yeah, there is 10 separate villages on one Minecraft console world. Absolutely nuts that this happened. I was so sure, again, it took so long for anyone to find like 7 villages and then 8 villages, and then I think I found the 9 village seed, and I was like, yep, I searched for like, so many hours after that, and I couldn't find anything even close to it. But the fact that 10 villages it was found is pretty impressive, and you gotta give props to Scrousey for that. So yeah, I honestly, this makes me then think though, if 10 is possible, even though it took this long, what about 11? Can you find 11 villages in one console size world? I don't think we'll know the answer to that question for like several, updates or months or years or whatever, but I do like the idea that, yeah, it's always possible to find new stuff, and one of those examples is this seed right here, which took all these years to find, but now we have a 10 village seed on console, and except it's only on some consoles, which is pretty bizarre in itself, and maybe this can even be used to like fix like, you know, specific console bugs, because the fact that a village only generates on PS4 and not Xbox, to me just seems like that can't be intentional, right? But maybe it is, who knows for certain. This has been Seed Sunday, I hope you all enjoyed it, because I will see you all next time, either tomorrow or next Seed Sunday. Assuming you only watch Seed Sunday. I don't think anyone does. But just in case, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.